every pony and every creature. It's Dratta Arcana at DAG, and I have a very special video if you didn't figure out by the title. It's going to be MLPCCG related. So, a couple things before we get started. Many of you are probably like, but Dratta, you said you weren't going to get back into the CCG. You said you weren't going to play it. You said that, you were done. Okay. As much as I've been hammering that I won't play the CCG competitively, I still will play a game here and there, at least in person. Maybe online, but I refuse to use any of the online TTS Octagon. I will only play paper. With that in mind, Databyte, who is at a lot of cons, and check out his table at a convention that he is at, because my cards, all the way up to Friends Forever, will be on sale. So definitely check that out. If you're looking to get into the MLPCCG, or trying to finish your collection. Now, on to the actual topic of this video. And give me a second here to change the camera, because we're going to do something different. You ready for this? Boom! Oh, look at that playmat. Don't you guys love my playmat? It's got my OC and everything, The artist is Lolly Pop Brony, I think? I forget. It's been a while since he did this art, but it's a gorgeous piece of art of my OC. Link to his DeviantArt will be in the channel. Please commission him. He's an amazing artist. But as you can see, I have a stack of very well packaged cards. Yay! Okay, so what this is this is the full Leaders of Legends set. Yes, it is the print and play set, but what Databyte is doing is he's doing something phenomenal. He's actually printing the cards, which I think is phenomenal. He's only got a few spare boxes, so message him, whatever you have to do if you want to get the paper. A lot of people still wanted an actual official set, but we're obviously not getting that. It's print and play. So he's making sure that everything is printed properly for us. He did say that each card would be about a microscopic thing off, so we won't really notice it. But let's actually get to unwrapping this and see what we have. Because honestly, I was not expecting this package today. I was expecting to have a really, really relaxing day because I had a busy day at work. So let's see. I'm using scissors because scissors are more precise than knives. Plus, I don't want to damage the cards. If we're looking, that looks almost like a scorecard. That is a scorecard. Okay, so let's try not to spill everything everywhere. We'll try to do this as cleanly as possible. No promises. So, as you probably noticed, I am going to be unboxing this on camera. So, alright. Let's take a look at the scorecards first. Okay, so let's not do that. Okay, so the scorecard has Grogar on it, if you can't tell. Here's the other part to the scorecard. I don't know if they come with bottoms or not. And then he made some tokens. Now, this is really cool. This looks like a resource token. I guess that's a thing now. Spike resource token. That's kind of cool. We got seashells. More seashells. Seashells. More seashells. More token resources. So he said that he sent a lot of tokens. So we got just the regular token copies, token copy, token copy, token copy. And we got changelings with the actual ideal color scheme. I know. I do like the new skins of the changelings over the other changelings. And more token copies and token copy of troublemakers. Okay, now we got rocks. Yeah, that's adorable, Ocellus rock. More rocks, more rocks. Another token copy of a troublemaker. More resources, more changelings. The old changeling. I don't like that skin as much. Then we got earth ponies, earth ponies, earth ponies. Ooh, a full art earth pony. That is amazing. Oh, Scoodalo seashell. That's amazing. I love it. Rarity seashell. More rocks. A box that has rocks in it. Go Rarity with that guitar for... That's a rock token? Ingenious. I love it. Insert rock music. Rock. Ooh, now we're getting to the figments. So we got flower figments. That's adorable. More figments. Oh, Twilight figment. Tree of Harmony Twilight figment. More token copies. I like how he did the Moon 6 for it. That's really cool. Oh, that is a beautiful changeling. More changelings. Earth Pony. Earth Pony. Okay, so we're just pretty much going through tokens here. Okay, here we go. To the actual cards. Alright, I'm assuming that these are in 3 orders. So we're going to try to go through this as slowly as we can. So I'm going to kind of move this kind of here really carefully. And I'm going to go ahead and take the tokens and move them. So I'm going to go ahead and move them over here off to the side. Okay, now we're getting to probably the cards. Okay, so he said that we'll be getting 4 of each problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is what I like. He kept the back to the original. Even though you're supposed to use sleeves for these actually feel exactly like the High Magic cards, which I really like. They have a feel to the High Magic set, which is really good because that was a really well printed set. So, oh, maybe we're only getting 2 of each problem. Okay, so the first problem is Mystery at Hope Hollow. This is the new, probably big starting problem from the set that allows you at the beginning of the game to kind of search for, when it becomes solved, you search for your entry, basically. Next up, we got Buckball Strategy. It's basically the under lock and treat for the set. And then next problem. Oh, now we're on to the troublemakers. Okay, so I don't know how he has this printed or packaged, so we'll just see. But this is the new villain troublemaker that I've been interested in. So we're supposed to get 3 of each of the ultras. So Grogar is an ultra rare. So yeah. So he's really good. I've read his text, and he's a really good troublemaker. Next up, we got... Okay, now we're just getting into the resource. I don't know how they got this set up. Okay, so these are the rainbow generators, which basically are a continuous use of... It's a merge between Singing Barrel and Fire of Friendship, though it doesn't go back to your hand. So it's kind of a weaker version of the two. Next up, we got a changeling. So this is a color fixer. For 2, you get a color fix of 4, and then as you play cards, it gets weaker. Next up, we got some yellow cards. Okay, so we got Pug Wedgies. So supposedly you can have any number of these in your deck. It's kind of like rats from Magic. I don't know the exact name of the card, but I like that. That's really cool that they did that. But because we're only getting 3 of each, you can't really... Wait a minute. Did he actually give us like a full set of these? Let's see, so that's 6. Okay, no, we're not getting a full set. Okay, next up we got the orange problem. Okay, I'm not too excited about that. More of the orange, same orange problem, wilderness camping. So, orange is getting a 2 bonus problem now. So here's the purple problem, recipe research. When this problem is confronted, put an ingredient counter on this card. When you play an event, you may remove 2 ingredient counters from this card to copy its effects. That is really good. It's kind of going to be good for control, and we do get 4 of those. It is a 2 bonus, so maybe someone could do something with that. Here's some more Mystery at Hope Hollows. So there's no direct order of these. More Mystery at Hope Hollows. I'm starting to think I got extras of something. So we got 2 moving out, a new 6 confront blue problem with 8 on the other side, but it's a 2 bonus. So this is really, really good for blue. Blue is going to get a lot faster with that. And when you frighten a friend for the first time each turn, you may move one of your characters. So this is really going to benefit move to frighten, like Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate. Just some more of them. And then we got... Okay, so now we're on to the pink. So this allows you to have a higher hand size. Some more of it. And then we got the white problem. You need -2 to confront it. So that's actually really good. It means you only need 4 white to confront. And it's called Cramped Caravan. Oh, it's 2 opposing problems. Okay, well that's still really good because you can do a lot of speed with that. So here's the 0 bonus starting problem. Oh yeah, Buckball Strategy is the one that basically under lock and tree all over again. So, let's see. Now we're on to the yellow problem. While you have 4 or more friends here, your friends here can't leave play. That is amazing. That is like, I don't know if what Commentaries Magic was thinking when they made this, but don't they realize that it's really easy to get 4 friends here? And if you put alicorns here and then block it off with a troublemaker, alicorns could sit there all day and just not get destroyed. It's basically a replacement for Falling Rock Zone. So this is really good for alicorn aggro, as well as any yellow deck. More Grogars. I get 2 more Grogars. That means, okay, so I now have 6 Grogars. I don't know if he planned it this way, but something's definitely, I think, off. Okay, so here's the next ultra rare of the set, Pinky Sense, which is a 0/1. If you would discard a card, you may put that card on top of your deck instead. Exhaust this card to discard a card. So, if you would discard a card, you may put that card on top of your deck. And then you could discard it to put it on top of your deck. That's actually really good. It's great for chaos control. That's going to be amazing for chaos control. Okay, so here's the new ultra rare event. The Power of Friendship. This card, this turn, your troublemakers don't prevent you from confronting problems, and you need X less to confront each problem, where X is the highest power among troublemakers you control there. So, really good for troublemaker control, especially villain farming, because one of the issues that villain farming has is that it has a lot of trouble confronting problems. So that's really good for villain farming. Now here's the next one, Sonic Rainbow. Immediate until the end of the turn, you may play events with main phase timing as immediate actions. That is ungodly good, because a lot of the dual events could really benefit from this. Dual color events have 3 options, and some of them are really powerful. Now here's the card that I really like, and it's going to go well with Identity Theft. Also an ultra rare. Pay 1 to banish a friend from a discard pile. If you do, this card loses all abilities gained this way, then gains that friend's printed abilities. So you could banish like a Midnight Luna, and this thing would be a Midnight Luna with a Midnight Luna, because it's not restricted to uniqueness. Now here's the next one that I really want to add to my 6-color alicorns is Thorax, because it makes it so your friends lose unique, and it makes it so as long as you can retire critter tokens, you can pretty much protect your friends from leaving play forever. And there's already, like, mixed with Twilight, Cadence, and Midnight Luna, this card becomes extremely powerful. Because it makes it so they lose unique, so you can stack the tricords, which basically means that Luna would basically tax people for up to 3 AT additional for any type of movement. It means you would get 3 Frightens for just exhausting and have ridiculous amounts of power because your friends would lose unique. This is really, really phenomenal in decks that are 6 colors. I don't think people can understand how broken losing unique is. Next up, we got Ember. So this one I'm not too excited about. She's not that great. I mean, granted, your friends in a face-off can't be dismissed or frightened, but Twilight already does that better, and Twilight is in 2 of her colors. So she's not really all that great. You're better off color fixing into Thorax when you're using 6 colors. Next up, we got the Fluttershy Ultra Rare. At the start of a face-off involving this card, you may name a friend until the end of the face-off. When you flip a friend with that name, put that friend into play. Really, really, really broken for tricorns. Because all you have to do is use purple to meticulous that card. And then all you have to do is start a face-off with this card using an event of some kind, or using anything that starts a face-off. Even just confronting will trigger this. So basically, what you do is you do like a level 2 meticulous, or you use Selena Blue. You put it so when you draw your card, it's not the card that you want to play. And then you start a troublemaker face off with like your Pony of Shadows or whatever. And then you can put a tricorn into play. And then if you're using multiple tricorns, not only if you defeat that Pony of Shadows, but you also get to put potentially another tricorn into play. In one turn, with a troublemaker in this card, you could play 3 troublemakers. I mean, you could play up to 2 tricorns or tricolor friends. That is so broken, it's not even funny. Next up is the Rarity. This is exhaust this card and one of your non-token friends or resources to have an opponent gain control of that friend or resource. I don't see the point behind it, except for the fact that you want to give them 2 of your cards. So that way, you can exhaust, I think it's, let's see, to have an opponent gain control of that friend or resource. Then if that opponent controls 2 or more non-token friends or resources that you own, score a point. I do not think that is repetitive. You just score a point for giving them 2 of your stuff, and that's the end of it. But that's a really easy way to score points. This gives power counters like crazy. The Applejack Big Breakfast. This card enters play with a +1 power counter for each of your other Earth Pony friends. When this card enters play, put a +1 power counter on each of your other Earth Pony friends. Then you can remove a +1 counter. If you do, that friend can't leave play this turn. Just a power counter. Alright, so I think we're through the Ultra Rares. Now we're getting into the Troublemakers. We got Winterzilla. We got the Tree of Harmony, who you can challenge instead of your opponent, which is really nice. Combos well with things that need to start a face-off. You got the Mean 6, which basically is a really, really buff Troublemaker. You got, I can't even read that. Maybe you guys can tell me what it is. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not looking up at the screen. I keep looking down, and you guys are probably seeing me like looking down, and it's like, I'm trying to read these cards. So next we got Another Cozy Glow Troublemaker, this time a 0 bonus. During a face-off, exhaust this card to move an opposing character to this card's problem. Interesting, I guess. Now we're getting into the uncommon resources. Play on a friend. When this card enters play, banish an opposing friend. When this card leaves play, put any cards banished this way into their owner's hand. That's actually pretty decent. It basically gets rid of one of your opponent's friends. Wing Bling. Basically a draw engine. When that character, play on your main character. When that character becomes involved in a face-off, you may draw a card. It's actually really good, especially for farming. And it's only 2 and 1, so it's really easy to get into. Then we got Whammy. Next up we got the Treehouse of Harmony. Not going to be a complete set without the Treehouse of Harmony. We got Surprise Summoning. We got the Royal Swanifying. I'm just going to start moving faster because we're kind of running out of time. We got Rocket Scooter. More Rainbow Generators. Like I said, I don't know if that was his intention to give us 6 of the commons or not. But these are rares. Overdue library book. We got the Journal of Friendship. We got High Tea. And then we got the next one. Let's see. The Harvest Schedule. We got Golden Parachute. Gala Dress or Gala Gown. Smolder totally loves that dress. Daring Do Safari Hat. Basically gives the friend Swift. It's not all that exciting. Then we got the Crown of Sibling Supreme. Okay, this card is really good in farming. Because normally in farming, you're going to win your face-offs regardless. And because you're always going to win your face-offs, you basically can pay 1 and exhaust it to score a point. So anytime you defeat a troublemaker, you can score anywhere between 2 to 3 points. And because your opponent will never gain control of it, because all you have to do is defeat your troublemaker, and then you're basically playing an additional troublemaker. And because you're never getting into a problem face-off, it's really good for farming. I don't see it getting used too much in other decks besides maybe blue-yellow. Now this card, Clouded by Anger, that friend loses and can't have abilities, but you double that friend's power. So you play it on something and basically it says, oh look, it's a lot more powerful. Twilighting is really good. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Put 1 into your hand, 1 on top of the deck, and 1 on the bottom of your deck. It's basically triple check the checklist, except slightly more interesting. Next we got a SR. So Token of Trust. Each player chooses a card from another player's discard pile and banishes that card. Then each player chooses a card in their discard pile and may put that card into their hand. So it's kind of a riskier version of recursion. You basically would have to make sure that you only had 2 cards in the discard that you wanted. Surprise party notes. Look at the top card of each player's deck, then put each card on the top or bottom of its owner's deck. If a player has 8 or more points, you may draw a card. So that's a new thing, apparently. This card basically goes on top of your deck, and then you shuffle it. So, yeah. So, Safety League is basically a 1-2 Frighten. That is really good because Frighten is really powerful. Power Shift, reveal the top card of your deck, then move an opposing character with power less than the real card's power. If the player has 8 points, move up to 2 opposing characters instead. Basically, that's what it says. Next up, we got Into the Stream of Silence. Basically, makes it so everything that's that problem loses and can't have abilities. So here are the tricolor. Here are the tricolors. Now, tricolors are really interesting because you choose one of these abilities. This one searches your deck for a friend, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Put a friend from your discard pile into play, or opponents flip one fewer cards at the start until the start of your next turn. That's, I think most people are going to use it for the friend search. Hypnotized by Fear is really broken. Basically, you gain control of your opponent's friend, and then you may put that friend on top of its owner's deck at the end of your score phase. So basically, it's basically a 3-cost Berry Punch and Orange Swirl, except as a purple-white event. And as we know, purple-white is probably one of the strongest control colors in the game. High Alert. So, whatever. I gotta keep going through these because this video is already getting long. Sorry, guys. The Great Seedling. I'm gonna try to stop on cards that are interesting. So that's movement. A 1/1 movement. Next we got Dramatic Entrance. So, plus additional power during face-offs. Cutie Mark Swap. So it's basically Switcheroo. And we got Creepy Crawlies. We got Cockatrice. Basically, really good for critter decks. 1/1 for 2 critters, basically. Hand targeting. We got adoption options. Then we got, okay, here's the other tricolor. Choose one, frighten up the 2 friends, look at a player's hand and choose a card. Then that player banishes that card or name a card. Put all cards in your discard pile with that name on top of your deck and shuffle your deck. So you can basically get back 3 of your cards. This is basically color fixing. And this is just more color fixing. Okay, so we're getting about, I think we're over the halfway point. So let's keep going. Next 3 are Celestia and Luna. This card I'm actually interested in. During your turn, this card can't contribute its power to face-offs. Well, that sucks. During your opponent's turn, this card can't contribute its power to confronting problems. Interesting. It is a 2/1/1 though, so it is a great Alicorn color fixer. Okay. That I'm not too interested in. Pegasus Royal Guard, basically. Rainshine. I did not know that was their leader's name. Was Rainshine. Swanifying Committee, basically probably control related. Goldie Delicious. Okay, Cadence is stupid good. Instead of dismissing, she banishes by exhausting herself. Wait. If an opposing friend or troublemaker, would be dismissed, you banish it instead. That is really good. Aurora, Bori, and Alice. I love that they made that. We got Sunset Shimmer. Who knew that Sunset Shimmer was going to come back? Pink, purple. And then we got Sunburst. Also pink, purple. I get the feeling that they're really pushing certain color combinations. Orange, yellow, the Great Seedling. Interesting that became a card. Another Troublemakers here lose and can't have abilities. Orange, yellow. That is an incredibly overpowered orange, yellow card because it's really good against Troublemakers. We got Sludge. Then we got Torque Wrench. We got Plume. Plume's got a really ridiculous amount of abilities for a rare. Let's see. Feather Bangs. I'm kind of just rushing through this at this point. And we got Baby Flurry Heart. Flurry Heart's a new card. And it does not have random. I am very, very upset about that. Flurry Heart should always have random. The Pair Sprites are back. Oh no. Next up, we got Rainbow Dash with Vexing. Vexing is something that we haven't seen in a while. Both Biceps. We got Quibble Pants. Hopefully it's a better Quibble Pants than what the other one was. Then we got Grogar. We actually got Grogar. If one of your face-down troublemakers would be turned face up or uncovered, so you basically control when your troublemakers go face up. Blue-Pink, Grandpa Gruff. Maybe Blue-Pink is coming back as an aggro deck. Gabby is definitely back. When you confront this card from home, you may discard all cards in your hand to draw that many. So, basically, hand refresh for Blue-Pink. Blue-Pink is looking very aggro-ish again. It'd be interesting to see if that comes back. Rainbow Shine is back with when you move this card to a problem, you may exhaust this card to ready a friend there. So this could actually be really good. We will have to see. Yona, a 1/1/1 that puts a critter friend token into play. You may exhaust this card to put a... So it's basically a 1/1 that generates critters every turn. And in fact, in one turn, the first turn is played, it generates 2, so it's actually 1 for 3 power. We got more Pugwedgies. Princess Luna, also a critter generator. Except this time you have to play an event to do it. I like that she's got that. Now here's the SR of yellow. We got Gourd Cheese. Retire this card to turn a face up, or face down troublemaker. So basically you can just retire a troublemaker. So this basically powers up your critters if someone's actually at 8 points. We got Fern Flare, Blossom Bust. So basically all Kirans. We're getting the Kirans. Autumn Blaze. Opponents flip 1 fewer cards during face-offs involving at least one of their characters with 4 or more power. So that's actually really good. That looks absolutely phenomenal. Too bad it doesn't say printed power, though. But it does apply to your opponent. So your opponent can't have too much power. Next up, we got Sweetie Belle 2/1 with Talented. So Talented is the new thing in this set. So, yeah. Let's see. Mr. and Mrs. Huffington. Kerfuffle. I'm glad Kerfuffle made it into the set. More Cozy Glow. And that Cozy Glow I don't think is all that bad, but we're going to keep going. Because we're running low on time. So we got Capper. Capper is back. I love that Capper's back. We got Aunt Holiday and Aunt Lofty. Scootaloo's Ants. We got a Zakora SR. Okay. When this card enters play, banish up to 4 cards from your hand face down, then draw that many cards. You may play cards which you own that have been banished by friends named Zakora. Wow, that is really good. So you can banish your tricorns and then play them. So no one can touch them. Wow, that is really good. I can't wait to see how people are going to utilize that. A new Starlight Glimmer with Talented, basically more Meticulous. Give purple all the Meticulous. So basically you can copy effects. That's really good. I don't think that people realize how good copying events is. So basically, you can power this card up. Basically, it's a 2/4/2 that gives power for each event that you banish from your discard, which is really good, actually. Studious is back with a vengeance, but this time, this card, Ocellus, has Prepared and Studious. That is ridiculous. So basically, if your opponent starts a face-off, you get an action token. But if you start a face-off and win, you get an action token. That's really good. Moon Dancer with a Chaos ability. Basically, it has the same power as the highest power of your opponent. More Studious. Then we got Silver Stream. Retire this card. If you do, players need +3. That's really good, especially if you want to stop a confront. Hasty. When this card enters play, if an opponent has more cards in their hand, draw until you have the same number. So basically, Pinkie Pie is a dismissal friend. Pertuna. I feel like that portal effects can still be really good, especially in Harmony. Pink Purple in Harmony is going to be really good. Okay, so here's Discord, Second Opinion, SR. When you play this card, you may dismiss a friend here. If you do, put a token copy of that friend into play under your control. With Cadence, it becomes a banish, and you... No, I don't think that'll work. Clear Skies, More Talented. Shuffle a friend from your discard pile into your deck if you play an event. I mean, that's okay. Basically, a 1/4/2 Agile that's... I wouldn't want to play that. When this card enters play, for friend left play this turn, you may draw 2 cards. Winona is really good for orange. She's a 3/1/3, so she's entry. While this card has 4 or more power, it can't be retired or dismissed except the home limit. And while she has 3 or less power, she is diligent, 1. So that's really good. That's why you need the Cadence or a banish effect, because you have to banish Winona. You don't have a choice. Diligent, 2/1 Diligent. That's okay. Smolder is alright. I'm not going to read through that. Okay, so we're getting down to the bottom of the wire here. So, let's see. Next 3 cards are an SR. Immediate during a face-off, discard 2 cards to flip an additional card. So I'm seeing a theme here. I think the discard is going to become really good, and I'll give my thoughts on that here in a moment. We got Moody Root. Then we got Limestone Pie. Then we got Garble. Then we have Applejack. Basically, +1 power counters as entry. More Talented. We got Spike Agile. This card's bonus is increased by 1. This is going to be used, I think, in a lot of blue decks. Spike is going to be used as a rare in a lot of blue, because blue-yellow especially, because blue-yellow is so fast. It is so fast. It doesn't slow down for anything, and if they can get to 15 even faster by increasing their bonuses, they shouldn't be allowed to do that, but especially if Daybreaker's in play. When this card enters, okay, that is interesting because it allows you to basically negate resources. It's the replacement for trash. But it's a better version of trash. Talented. The Rainbow Dash of this set basically is a Frighten card for 8. That can get really repetitive, especially with portals. We got Lord Tirek. King Sombra with the Chaos effect of Frighten an opposing friend. Opponents need +1 to confront this card's problem for each of their Frightened friends. Frighten is coming back, guys. Traveler. This is really good. for blue, especially blue-purple, when you can use Pegasus Chariot with it. Basically, your friends have Traveler, you spend a bunch load of AT, and boom, you have a bunch of power counters. Gallus is a 3-2 with Swift. Not sure how I feel about that. Next up is Flash Magnus, which is hasty. You pay 2 less to play this card. Alright, so now we're getting into the mains. Now this I did want to take some time with, so we'll work with it. First up is the ultra rare main of the set. The Student 6. Okay, this card, at the start of the game, choose a color. This card is that color. She's basically the new version of Changeling Pretender. Pay 6 to turn this card over. You need 1 less action token for each color among characters in play. So when you're doing dual colors, especially with like Trading Traditions or anything dual color or tricolor, this becomes very, very powerful. Especially since once you get 3, it costs 3. Now once she's boosted, you get friendship counters on it, basically, for confronting. Exhaust this card and remove any number of friendship counters from this play with cost equal to the number of counters removed this way for free. It's not going to trigger a lot because you can only get so many points in a game. But basically, if you keep confronting with her, or if you confront a problem and your opponent confronts a problem, this card eventually builds up friendship counters. And basically, if you're up against an aggro deck, you're going to be able to play something probably a lot faster than you could on your own. So next up is Fluttershy. Her start side. At the start of a problem face-off, turn this card over. So it's kind of an easy flip condition, not really. When one of your problems enters play, gain 1 action token and draw a card. That's not bad. Especially since yellow doesn't have really much of a draw engine. Rarity is at the start of a face-off, turn this card over. Same confront condition. While an opponent controls a non-token friend, that player can't retire token friends for being in excess of their home limit. That's actually really good. As a main for white, with white becoming more token situational, it also is really good against your opponent, since rarity can give your opponent non-token friends. Twilight, I looked her over, but her flip condition is actually super easy. Most of the time, you're only going to have 1 copy of a card in your hand. It's very rare you get 2. At the start of your turn, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If you do, you may pay 1 less to play the first card with that card's name this turn. So great for action token conservation. Pinkie Pie is pay X to turn this card over, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 1. So basically, so if you start the game with 6, pay X to turn this card over, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 1. Oh, so it's minus 1. So it should be 5 to start out. At the start of the score phase, you may exhaust this card to discard any number of random cards to dismiss an opposing non-token friend with cost equal to the number of cards discarded this way. That's actually really good for dismissal. When 1 or more opposing characters become exhausted, turn this card over. Applejack. This card has +1 power for each opposing exhausted character. At the end of your turn, choose an exhausted friend. That friend doesn't ready during its controller's next ready phase. Alright, now for the Rainbow Dash, the aggro, supposedly blue aggro. If you control 3 or more characters with different power, Not easy to do in blue. A lot of you might be like, yeah, that's pretty easy. It's not. Not with blue. Most of blue's cards are either 2 or 3. So you'd have to play a 3 power, a 1 power, and a 2 power to make it work. When you move a character to any problem for the first time each turn, you may move another one of your characters with 1 less power to the same problem. That's okay. But her flip condition is really hard. Okay, so let's go back here. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, so what are my thoughts? I think that the feel of these cards are great. I think their measurements are practically spot on. And hopefully I did get all the cards. Because it feels like that I didn't get the scorecards. Because I checked the scorecards and I looked through this again, and I'm not seeing the so-called scorecards. I got the turn card thing. Oh, the scorecard's on the back. Interesting. Okay. That doesn't... Oh, okay. I see how he's doing it. It's the one that goes, like, slides down and stuff. I don't like it when it's like that. I guess you could always flip it upside down. I prefer the Premier scorecards. Okay, I found the scorecards. All in all, Databyte did a really good job with the printing of these. I suggest looking into it. They feel exactly like the High Magic set. Kind of like High Magic, kind of a mix between High Magic and Marks in Time. I think it's more of a Marks in Time kind of feel. They definitely have the right thickness for actually playing in an actual deck. And this saves you from having to buy a printer and everything, because it needs to be said that that needs to be done. I'm glad that someone's willing to go through the energy of doing this. You need to talk to Databyte about how to go about getting it. I think he said he was getting 6 additional boxes for people to call in and get additionals. As you can see, we get a fair amount of ultra rares and stuff. I may have accidentally gotten more ultra rares than some others. It seemed random. I don't know if it's the way that they were printed or whatever, but definitely I like that we're getting a lot of tokens, because one of the issues that I did not know this. The tokens, just so you guys know, are double-sided. Interesting. They're dual-sided. So that's going to be super, super handy. I really like that. That is really, really nice. I did not know that they would be dual-sided. I wish I'd known. Okay. Well, that's nice. They're dual-sided tokens. So, yeah. Anyways, as far as a review goes, these are really, really well done. If you really love this MLPCCG and you love having the actual playable cards, I would get the set. Definitely get it from him. He's the only one that I think I would talk to him about anyone else that is doing something similar. But otherwise, well done, Databyte. I love it. Thank you. And anyways, guys, this is Dratta Arcana, and I hope you guys enjoyed my unboxing of Leaders and Legends. And we'll see you guys on the next video, and hopefully you guys take care. And definitely, if you're looking to contact me, there's a variety of ways you can contact me if you'd rather contact me. You can contact me at Dratta Arcana Gaming on Facebook, or you can contact me via dratta.arcana@gmail.com. Or if you're looking for this in any of my content, definitely subscribe if you like this video, or like the video, or share it to pass on the knowledge that this is a thing. I'm sure Databyte will definitely have this stuff at conventions. As always, contact him if you're looking to purchase any of my cards from the previous sets. And as always, guys, this is Dratta Arcana, and have a good night, every pony and every creature.